Hello everybody. In this video we will know how to guess the meaning of new words. How to try to think what is this word, what does it mean. So let's start and know how to do this. First of all, when you find a new word, what you have to do is read the sentence carefully. The sentence with this new word. Read it carefully. And while reading it, look at the words before and after this word that you don't know. This new word that you don't know. And try to find synonyms or antonyms that you already know. You know that synonyms are words with the same meaning. For example, when you say beautiful and pretty, so beautiful is the same meaning as pretty. Okay, so if you find words like this, so you know that it means that one. This synonym means this. Beautiful means pretty, or if you find pretty, so this means that it means beautiful. Okay, or if you find antonyms, what do we mean by antonyms? These are words with opposite meaning. So good and bad. Good is the opposite of bad. So for example, if I don't know the meaning of bad, okay, or if I know the meaning, if I don't know the meaning of bad, okay, and I find that something is not good, for example, it's written that not good, so it means that it's bad, for example. Okay, what else we have to do? We have to try to understand what type of word it is. That's what we call parts of speech. For example, if this word describes a person, a place, or something, so it is a noun, because the noun is the name of person, or is a word that expresses person or place or even animal or something. Okay, so this is a noun. If it describes a person or a place or thing, so I know that this word is a noun. And we know the noun if we find an article before it, because we usually use an article before the noun, like we say a cat, an apple, the person, or the bottle, the cup, and so on. Or we use something else before the noun. We use possessive pronouns, like my. This is my dog, your cat, her pen, his uncle. So all these words, we use them before the noun. So if I find any of these words, any of these articles or possessive pronouns before a word, so I know that this word is a noun. So I'll try to guess the meaning of it as a noun. If I say I played with my neighbors in the street, I played with my neighbors in the street. So let's try to guess the meaning of neighbors. Neighbors is preceded by the word my. It's a possessive pronoun, as we said. So it is a very good. It's a noun. So neighbors is a noun, and with s at the end, this means that it is plural. Here neighbors is a noun because we use my before it. Okay. So if I say I played with my neighbors in the streets, now we'll look at the meaning of the rest of the sentence. I played with my neighbors in the street, in the same street, in our street. So from the rest of the sentence and from my guessing that this is a noun and it is plural, so we can understand that neighbors may mean people who live next door or next home or in the same street. And this is the meaning. Neighbors are people who live next door or next home. Okay, let's go on. Sometimes we need to look for a word that starts with capital letter. But be careful. I don't mean the capital letter at the beginning of the sentence. No, it's capital letter, but these words in the middle of the sentence. It's not because it's the beginning of a sentence. No, it is in the middle, but it starts with capital letters. Like something like Olympic Games, we say he joined the Olympic Games. So Olympic Games, we wrote them in capital letters. The first letter of Olympic is capital and the first letter of games is capital. So he joined the Olympic Games last year. Here the Olympic Games, this word or this expression is a noun. It is a noun. Okay, why we say that is a noun? Because it starts with capital letters. Okay, because it starts with capital letter. And we said before, the noun is a name of a person, a place, thing, animal, and so on. So this is the Olympic Games. Again, if this word describes another word, something like if we describe a noun, so it is an adjective. We called it an adjective because it describes a noun. So I played with the neighbor in the morning and then with the team at the football club in the afternoon. It was very tiring, but really fun. So now we need to guess the meaning of the word tiring. Very good. So, what do we have to do? Yeah, when we say it was tiring, so it refers to what? Yeah, it refers to the playing. Okay, and tiring here describes this it, or describes his playing, this boy's playing. Okay, so it is an adjective actually. So tiring is an adjective because it describes it, or it describes this playing. Okay, so from the meaning of this sentence we can find that he plays too much in the morning and in the afternoon again, but it was fun. So it may mean that he didn't have rest, but he enjoyed. So tiring means that, as we said, tiring means that he didn't have rest, so he feels tired. He is tired. Okay, this is tiring. So when we describe this action or this playing, that's not the action, this playing, okay, or this it, this pronoun which refers to a noun, so it's a adjective. So tiring is an adjective and it describes being unrest. He doesn't feel rest, as we see in the picture. If this word that I don't know the meaning of describes an action or tells you what the subject is doing, the subject, the doer of the sentence, so it is a verb. It describes what's the doer do or does or did. Okay, so it is a verb. Simply it answers the question, what is happening in this sentence? What is the action in this sentence? Okay, it's a verb. For example, if I say, I took part in a football match in our street. So, took part. It comes after the subject, which is I. I is the subject, the doer of this sentence. And took part comes after it. So, it's a verb. And it describes what this doer did or do or does. So I took part in a football match in our street. Okay, let's try to guess the meaning of took part. I took part in a football match in our street. Here, took part describes what? The action, as we said, or what the subject I did. So it's a verb. It describes the action, what the doer did. Okay? Again, I took part in a football match in our school. If we look at the rest of the sentence, so I'm in a football match in our school or in our street. Okay, so this means that took part may mean, yes, very good, may mean share. Yes, he shared this action or this football match with his friends, with his colleagues at school, okay, with his friends in the street or with his colleagues at school. So we can guess the meaning of took part from its type as a word and from the words around this took part. Okay. Now we need also to look at the structure of the word. Okay, the structure of the word itself, not the sentence, the word itself. Are there any prefixes or suffixes? What are prefixes? What are suffixes? Prefixes and suffixes are groups of letters we add either at the beginning of a word or at the end of a word. If it is at the beginning of a word, so it is prefix. If it is at the end of the word, so it is suffix. And we add them to change the meaning of this word. Let's have examples. For example, dis, which is D-I-S. These letters, we add them at the beginning of words. They are prefixes. And what does they mean? What is the meaning that this this prefix add to the word? It means opposite of or not. So it's the negative. I turn the word into a negative form. So if we say agree, for example, if I add this, so this is the opposite of agree, it is disagree. If I say possible, the opposite is impossible. We just add im at the beginning. Correct, we add in and it is incorrect. So it means not, this prefix in or m. Miss, it means incorrectly, and we add it at the beginning of some words like misunderstand, misbehave. Okay, and this means as the meaning of again. So redo, rearrange, all these means again, do again, arrange again, and so on. We have on, means not again, so in, m, and on all means not. Okay, and this also not. So on, uninteresting, undo. Okay, unblock. Under means below or lower, not enough. Underwater, underground, this means below. If you say if you add it to adjective, so it means it gives the meaning of opposite. For example, we say friendly, and the opposite of it is unfriendly. Again, if we add on to a verb, it gives the opposite meaning too. We say do and undo. The only difference is sometimes we add on before adjective, and sometimes we add on before verb. But in both cases, it means opposite. If we add I am before an adjective, it gives the opposite. Possible, it's an adjective. Impossible, it's an adjective too, but it is the opposite of possible. Water is a noun. We can add under before the noun and gives the meaning of below. Water, underwater. Ground, underground, as we said. We also have suffixes, and we said that suffixes are a group of letters we add at the end of some words. So for example, able or able means able to be. Terrible or acceptable. We have full, and it gives the meaning of full of. We say beauty, no, beautiful, beautiful, full of beauty. Less, not having, or without, it gives also the opposite. Tooth, so it is with tooth, and toothless, without tooth. Okay, so verb, able, we add it at the end of a verb. So verb plus able, it turns to be adjective and means has the ability of. If I say comfort, comfort is a verb. Comfortable, it is an adjective. Okay, sometimes we use verb plus ment, M-E-N-T, and it turns to be, this verb turns to be a noun and means talks about an action. So it turns to be a noun. That's why it talks about an action. An action. It's not a verb. No, it's a noun. Enjoy. You say enjoyment. If we add M-E-N-T, so it is enjoyment. Thank you for watching this video, and see you later. Bye bye.